There we go. Welcome to the show. We are episode 2.5. As you see here, there are only the two of us today. Is what it is. Busy stuff, I tell you. Middle of soccer season, things happen.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got a fun Pats episode for everyone tonight. Um, should be a good one.
This could be a great one.
Yeah, we're all over USL today. We got some USLW, League Two, League One, and Championship.
We got the whole pyramid.
We got whole pyramid. I'm just waiting for USLW kit season to really start get going. So I'm
Yes.
looking forward to that.
I
So
have high expectations, Aurora. High
I,
expectations.
I think the whole world does at this point. So
Right.
all right, let's get started with the very first one for today. And we're starting off with
Our
our
sponsor.
sponsorship. Yes, once again, sponsored by today's sponsor, which is BetStamp. It's a nice little organizational sports book, if you want to call it, to kind of organize your betting, your comparisons, see how you're doing. As you see here, not doing super great. I'm not doing terrible. Missed a few from this past week. Dortmund, I couldn't get Braun to get in, so there goes that one. But a little shout out to St. Louis City. I know it's
Yeah,
your
to
team,
say, I see
Fox.
that. I see you, St.
So
Louis over
hey,
Colorado. What
those
now?
odds, I can't say no to those odds. So we got some, it's a fun little tool to kind of keep track what's going on. But as you see, please do so responsibly. Don't do too much. Like
Yeah,
little $5 bets won't hurt you, but don't overdo it. And if he
they
says
can.
there's a little
They
thing, they
can.
can, they can.
Looking at my card addiction, little $5 cards here and there, they build up. So make sure if you do feel like you are, you know, realizing that it's becoming too much, please give the National Gambling Addiction Hotline a call
Yes.
real quick.
Yeah, so please bet responsibly, and thanks to our sponsor, BetStamp. It's a really nice little tool, I'd say, and it's nice to see how much I am not winning. So it is fun to see that. So thanks again to our sponsor, BetStamp. Now onto the kits. Starting up here in New
Oh yeah.
Mexico, heading out west to the Velocity kit, their third kit. This is a fun little, I think it's a little bit of a template
It
ish,
is.
but
It is.
I like the color though. Like the
Yes.
color, like I do like that it's not a mint. So I think it's a little bit bluer, almost like a turquoise, which I've seen them rock in the past a little bit since 19. Every now and then. So I like that turquoise and black color. I think it's a nice color, but as we mentioned, it is a template. So there are some knots for that. But overall, it's a fine colored kit. It's fun. And it's for a third kit. I think it does what it needs to do. It's different from their black and white. I mean, they're black and yellow, and then they're white away. And then this is just like, hey, this is the fun color. It gets the job done 3.5 out of 5 for me. Pretty simple.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat. I love this color. I used to have a pair of Vans that was like this exact color. So not, big points for the color, but it is a template. I have seen this kit before, and I did give it some extra points though for actually changing the badge color to
That's nice.
match, to match the kit. We've talked about this for the last 2 years now, where if you keep that yellow United badge, this would not look good at all. So, New Mexico, thank you for being willing to change your badge color to fit the kit. And yeah, it's a nice third kit. You know, that's the thing we like about their kits is that they're not the team colors. They don't
Yep.
have to be. They could be whatever you want them to be. So New Mexico did that.
Yeah, and you agreed. You got 3.8 out of 5, right around my score. So
Yeah. It's a nice kit.
pretty.
It's a
Yeah.
template.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I wish it
as you
went through the
said,
sleeves.
I know that would be kind of cool, but for a third kit, I like seeing third kits. I know there aren't a whole lot of third kits in U.S. soccer. I think there are more as you get lower down. So seeing teams have a third kit just when, as we've said, use your home kit to be like your team colors, and usually in a way it's usually white. Have a little bit of fun with the third kit is always appreciated from us here. So it's nice to see them have a little fun with the third kit. A nice little 3.7. So
Well, good job, New Mexico.
I love their kits out there anyways. So now we're going back to the Smoky Mountains of One Knots.
Yeah.
And let's have you start this one off.
Yeah, I'll talk about it. So One Knox with the Sunrise kit. It's okay. You cannot beat their colors. I absolutely love their orange and blue, and basically they took the top of their badge and made it into a kit. I like it. I don't love it. I felt like my expectations were so high based off of last year's kits that I even felt like once they were in League One now that they should even have better kits. And I feel like they dropped off a lot. It's very disappointing with it. So come on, One Knox, But this is very Tennessee, because there's been the big rivalry this year with Lexington and Knoxville being Kentucky, University of Kentucky and the Tennessee Volunteers. So I always like that rivalry, and this is that Tennessee orange, and it's okay. Could have done a lot better.
Yeah, I will say I think they played it safe with just having the 3 bars. I think it's a unique idea, which is why I gave it it's 2.5. I think the idea is simple. I like the colors, but it's not something that I think people are going to want to seek out. It's very simple. It's very minimal. And I will say the sponsor and the badge are huge.
Yeah, I didn't mention it. You're right. 1,000% with that.
I mean, I love the crest of One Knox. I think it's an amazing crest. It takes up a bloody it's so massive, and then the sponsorship is just as massive. So beside
it's a
just
lot of fiber.
it's a lot of fiber. Besides the nice colors, I like the colors. The blue and the oranges look good, and just like Dallas has in their crest. But it's like there's not much else to it. Like if they simply wanted to do just that light orange and then like hoops with that, like a different shade of orange, I think it might have done a little bit better. And just obviously, I think people are suckers for hoops. I think I'm one of those. At least on a kit when done well. But I think this is too segmented to me, and it's too simple. So it's a 2.5 out of me. Thoughts in your explanation? A little bit higher than mine, with a 4.
Yeah, I still like this kit, and honestly, I just remembered I designed this kit, not for One Knox though. So there was a competition that Olive in York put on for each state to design a kit, and I designed this exact same kit for Kentucky, but it had different greens for the rolling hills of Kentucky, the rolling bluegrass. One thing that Tennessee could have done is get the rights to Rocky Top and put the lyrics throughout this in a fade. That would have been. This is a beautiful kit if you put the Rocky Top lyrics throughout this, because that's the only Tennessee song that I can think of. But is there another one?
No, I have an idea though.
Yeah.
It just hit me. That light orange and a white, and do checkers like the Volunteers.
Ooh, is that copyrighted? I don't think it is.
I don't know. It
I don't
shouldn't.
think you can copyright checkers when
I
squares.
know. But if they could do something with that, and then even throw in like that blue as like a cuff, or even just like a little bit of like an outline.
Yeah.
I think it's unique. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like I said, the sunrise is nice, but could have been better.
Yeah. Which is why it's a 3.3 out of 5. Above average, but it's still middle of the road. Welcome to League One again. Yes. Okay. Now we're heading to back to the West Coast, going to our friends out there in Washington at Ballard FC. I love these guys' kits. They're probably one's my favorites. Um, this kit is really cool. So there's a bit of a story about it too. So it's actually with let me make sure I'm saying this right. They have a how do I phrase this? A relationship with like a sister city in I think it was Norway. Let me double check it all. Yeah, it's out there in Norway. It's Bergen, and as you can see, they have like a sister city with Ballard, with the two. So you have on the sleeves illustrations of each town, kind of designed on the sleeves. So that's huge props to them, and I kind of like that detailed design thrown in with it. On top of, I think their color scheme is one of my favorites, and it's collared. Um, I mean, there's not much else to it. Like the collar is really nice. I will probably want to buy this, but outside of that, it is a simple kit. I will say that. But those details on the shoulder, the collar, I mean, it gets a 4 from me, but that is something that this is one that I want to buy because I love what I see here from Ballard, from the details, the collar, and then the color scheme. I already have one of theirs from last year. I'm heading out to Seattle here. I might need to pick this up. So I'll have to see about that.
Make sure it's okay with the wife.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, no, yeah, this is a gorgeous kit. And I'll be completely honest, I didn't even realize the details in the shoulders and the sleeves. And I still ranked it really high because you could do so much with so little. And this is coming from someone who loves crazy. If you do simple right, it's beautiful. And they did simple right with this cream color with the sunrise. See, this is a sunrise detail that you could have done one Knox, but with the sunrise and the collar, love the button, love the sleeves. The sponsorship makes sense with it, changing the colors and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just a beautiful kit, and it's something that I would say needs to be in a closet, even
Yeah,
if you don't like the team.
yeah. And plus, if which you gave it a 4.5 out of 5,
Yeah,
plus for those badge people out there, if their badge is the same as last year, it should be like a plastic kind of um
can actually
3D one
feel
that we talked about.
detail.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was really cool last year. I didn't expect that in last year's kit, and I got that. I instantly loved it. So if they're the same, which they should be, they're by the same people, Aaron and Nerva. I can never say their name right. Same kit provider. I expect that. So what Ballard, I have high expectations for you guys, and I'm this is in the back of my mind, but I see you guys future of League One. But if not, because just based on solely after kits, this is a really solid kit. I love it. It is a 4.3 out of 5 from the two of us.
yeah, great job, amazing job, Ballard. This is
Yes.
this is what we expect. How come League Two steps up all the time? What's up with that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But year two, they did not have a sophomore slump. So
No,
they have not. So good stuff out there from the West Coast. Next, your team,
yeah,
Foxy,
this is
Lexington.
My other Kentucky brethren. Good old Lexington SC coming up with their home greens. Um, they're playing Greenville today. I really want them to wear all green, both teams, especially on the football field that they play on. That's also a bright green. Just you could do so much editing with that. It's just nothing but a green screen and heads running around. It'll be beautiful. Anyways, I'm back on topic. I like this kit. I feel like he could have done more, but I'm happily surprised with Nike because I have not seen much from Nike that I've been impressed with. And I definitely see a trend that Lexington has gone with this year with the center details. So if you look at the Awakens, they have like the what they call the jockey silk with the diamonds going down the middle. And then they have this kit with the detailing down the center with the piping. And it's a nice, simple kit for a first season as a professional organization. I like the kit because I am from Louisville and I am a UK fan and I went to Eastern Kentucky. Like I worked in Lexington. So I personally will probably end up picking this up if I get some extra funds or anything. Also, we are taking sponsorships. So if you're looking to help out some friends and family of the kit world, just email us and message us on kidseason_USL show on Twitter. Anyways,
Yeah.
diverge. They I would probably want to pick this up personally, but I could understand if you're not a fan of the team not picking it up. It's a strong okay for me.
Yeah. And I think you can see that in my kit. I gave it a 2.5. It's middle of the road. I do like the color. I do like the white and the green looks good, and I like how they had the a different vertical stripe, but it doesn't stand out to me. I think it looks good for a home kit. And again, I say this. I think a lot of times your home kits are the simplest designs because they're supposed to be
Traditional.
they tend to have that tradition, which over time gets better the more you do it. So if they keep doing this up, I can only see this going better and better. So I do like this as a first starter kit. It's not terrible. It's a solid first entry for the expansion team down there in Lexington, but it doesn't scream to me. I do like the colors though. It's just, it is what it is though. So it's a 2.5 out of 5 for me. And Fox, obviously,
Yeah.
4.3.
Like I do really like it. I've been happily surprised with Nike this year, at least with what they did with Lexington. And I shouldn't be too surprised though, because the University of Kentucky is a Nike team, and they're like an experimental team too. So any cool new designs that they think of that they're going to try, they'll use it on the Wildcats down there in Lexington. So I'm not terribly surprised that they're willing to
We're
put a little.
pleasantly.
Yeah, perfect.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
let's see average.
Yeah, we got a
3.4.
3.4 out of 5. So that's not too bad. Again, we've seen some decent middle of the road results, from the expansion side. It's a little bit above average, which coming into the league, we know sometimes some teams can have less creativity. So seeing a increase in at least the bar being raised slightly has been promising to see, and it's good stuff from Lexington. I think they can only build from this. This is a very solid entry. So, I will be
Great.
curious if. Oh,
No, I was going to say, like, they did a great job with their home opener and everything. Just
mhm.
like I know they're playing at a college park, a college football field, but like it felt like it was a Lexington SC park. Like it felt like Sporting
Yeah,
Lexington played there for years.
yeah.
So they did an amazing job for the club.
Yeah. So good stuff seeing both teams doing well right now, One Knox and Lexington with the crowd. So welcome additions to USL, guys. So solid kits
Yeah.
as well. Now we go into a little bit of USLW, heading up north a little bit to Ann Arbor, Michigan of AFC Ann Arbor. They just released this the other day. I like Diaza. They're a fun little local company. I've done some, I've worked with them a little bit, some behind the scenes stuff with them on some friends designs. So they're real pleasant to work with. And I have a few of their kits.
Brag.
They're fun. They're fun. Um, but this is a simple primary home kit to me. There's nothing to brag about it, but it's a solid addition. Yeah, it's just a solid kit. It's nothing too flashy. It's just a very simple vertical stripes down the middle. Thing that sucks is maybe the sponsor is a little bit of a
Yeah.
eyesore, catches your eye, but that's one thing I had to really knock it. Otherwise, it's simple, but it's not just a white t-shirt. It has the 2 stripes, which gets me a 2.5 out of 5. It's not terrible, but it's a very solid addition and good stuff from the team. So I like Ann Arbor. I like what they do up there. So it's a very solid kit from me. So
Yeah.
thoughts?
It is A-okay. I like the stripes. I like the offsetting colors on the
Yeah.
collar. I like how they did that with
What's
the
that?
kind of looks like the blue stripe, with the piping, and then same thing with the sleeve. So I like the extra blue, piping within that.
I think so, yeah.
But I mean, so if we do a quick pause to look at your jersey that you're wearing right now, the Bank of Ann Arbor does not bother me on your kit because it
Yeah.
is a Navy kit.
Yeah.
This kit, it bothers me.
Yeah.
It is, and we've talked about this a billion times. We try not to let the sponsor bother us too much, but when it's just a big old block in the middle of the kit, like
It's hard,
it bothers me.
right?
Sponsors give rights to your teams that you want to sponsor to change the color. If they could have changed this to that same black or navy or whatever color that is,
It's a
or
Navy.
that baby blue, it would have been fine.
Yeah. Or I'd even take a white, honestly. Like just that blue just looks so off-putting compared to
Yeah,
everything else. So
that's my biggest thing, and I'll concur with you is that it's a good basic simple kit.
I get this, to be honest. The sponsor's a little off, but yeah, I do like the kit overall. Obviously, I am a fan of the team. Fox here gave it a 3.8.
Yeah,
Very solid, as you said.
yeah. Like I said, simple's simple. I talked about it earlier. If you do simple right, it's a good looking kit.
I will say it is slightly above average from what we've seen for USL League Two and W teams that do come out. They either put in zero effort or they do all the effort. And this is somewhere they put in some effort, just
Yeah,
miss on a little bit on the execution. So props to AFC Ann Arbor. They always do some fun, creative kits out there. This one, just a little small things missed out, but this is a nice little kit some from them. So just some a 3.2. Again, we've been pretty middle of the road on today's episode. I definitely think we're kind of, you know, seeing some deep, like the quality is higher than last year's. We will
oh
say
yeah,
that,
a
and the
thousand
stats show
percent.
that as well. So good
Yeah,
stuff
I
from
haven't seen like bad kits yet. I've seen okay kits,
yeah,
but like nothing's ugly. Even the teams that have gone out there and tried, like I felt like last year we saw some swings and misses. I haven't seen any
some
swings and
plain
misses.
whites. Yeah, some plain
Yeah,
whites. Several.
yeah. And I'm
So
sure if
yeah,
we go through all of the League Two teams, we could find some plain whites. And
if they all announce them. So that's also the thing. You know, these teams that announce these things. And nice little cool video by AFC Ann Arbor, by the way. So that was a fun
yeah, that
little
was a
video
nice
that
video.
y'all. Nice little video. So yeah, so the Michiganders with a nice 3.2 up there from Ann Arbor. Now let's do a little bit of a little review of what we were able to look at. We got the Velocity kit in New Mexico with a 3.7, the One Knot Sunrise with a 3.3, Lexington with a 3.4 for their home, Ballard 4.3, and AFC Ann Arbor with a 3.2, which gives us a 3.6 average. So it's not bad. I do love seeing the diversity of colors. Like you don't just all have all
Yeah,
greens or all blues. You have Ballard with the cream. You have AFC Ann Arbor with the 2 blues. You have that turquoise, the oranges, and then you have the green. And we're starting to see more colors in the league as you have more and more teams. And this is a little snapshot of exactly that. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. So, now I just want to give a little shout out outside of USL to our friends at Chicago House because they rocked this cup kit, which was worn in the Open Cup. 2 weeks ago when they played Madison, and then before that one they took on Milwaukee. And as I said, they beat Ford Madison, and this is a beauty. I
Yeah,
love
this is a
this.
sick kit.
When Chicago House first came out a few years ago, when they released their kits, it was just a black and white kit, like one black and one white. I was thoroughly disappointed. So when I saw this, they had finally incorporated the orange and then that green. It's so unique to them. On top of that Chicago skyline down at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's a solid looking kit. I know it's not USL, so we're not going to judge them, but this is a solid shout out to them. And they're in the third round right now. So
Yeah.
props to them.
Always love a good Cinderella story. And Chicago House is it right now. But
Yeah.
if you really want to make an argument, all the USL teams against the MLS teams coming up. So I don't know who I
Right.
want. Like Union Omaha over here with St. Louis on Tuesday. You know, like, do I root for the underdog or do I go for my local MLS team? I don't know.
Indy's traveling to Columbus, so I'll see how that dumpster fire goes. I can't make it, but we'll see how that dumpster fire goes up there in Columbus.
Louisville's going against Cincinnati, so.
Ooh, I'm actually kind of interested to see how that goes because I want to see how much bad blood there is between the two teams.
There's
Because
a lot.
I know, and I'm here for it. So yeah,
We're going for you, Cincinnati. We're coming.
Oh yeah.
Going down that
So yeah.
the river.
So shout out to Chicago House for this U.S. Open Cup edition kit. Well done and good luck rest of the way in the Open Cup. So now let's go ahead and get into how our rankings have looked so far. So our top 10, we did a new entry for this season. We got Ballard up there at number 5.
What's
so
up, Ballard?
they're up there at 4 and 5. So I like me some Ballard. I need to get that Deuce Fight kit, by the way.
Yeah, I need
that
to
is
get
a
the Deuce
very
Fight
solid. That's a fun colored one, so I like that a lot. So yeah, but other than that, we got no new additions to our top 10. I don't know why that one's still highlighted. I forgot to get rid of that, but that was from like 2 episodes ago or whatever. I forget. So, but no new additions. We still have lots of lead 1 and W, but good variety up there in our top 10. I still need to buy that Vermont one. And then our bottom 10, we're at episode number 97. Yeah, Charlotte Independence is highlighted. That's on me. Doesn't matter because it's Charlotte Independence. So they want to be independent, I guess.
Showing you.
This is what it is. So yeah, that's our bottom 10. As always, please follow us on Twitter. Kind of see what you like from us and kind of follow us. We have, I think, I checked actually before the show, we had 71 followers. Please follow us. Keep up to date with what we find out and what kits are out there. So, real quick, let's draw some kits here. So, as you see here, I got AFC Ann Arbor. I forget which one. I think this might have been the last year's home. I don't remember, or away. Doesn't matter. Lovely kit from the team. I love the trees all over the place, and the blue combinations are really good. So
yeah, that's a gorgeous kit.
I cannot hear you, my guy.
Oh, can you hear me now?
There we go. Sorry, that's on me. My headphone died.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, that's a gorgeous kit.
What you rocking?
I went with to the Prem today with my Leicester City boys. Finally being above relegation line. But yeah, this is the special 2021 that came out, and it says with you then, with you now, with you again. Special kit that they came out with for all the fans to remember that we will all be together in the stadium again, and they were, and we are.
Yes, we're fighting for relegation
in the Premier League.
Yeah. Lovely kid. I do like the black, right? That is a black, right?
Yeah, it's just a black, couple polka dots in there.
Yeah, that's a nice little kit. Yeah, I see it now. It's a lovely little kit.
Just a nice, like I said, nice simple black kit. Oh, with the Jamie Vardy on the back.
You got it.
Party.
Got it.
No one other.
My bad. So yeah, that's our show for today. There was no kit discussion, as you noted, but some lovely stuff happening. Please keep out on the look for when this episode will release and our next one. And follow us on social media. And we'll see you guys later.
We love you a lot.